The What's Neat This Week podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you. Additional support is provided by Athearn Trains. Check out all the new monthly announcements at athearn.com. Additional support is also provided by Oak Hill Model Railroad Track Supply. Check them out. Their website is ohrtracksupply.com. Thank you very much, Jeff Otto, for your support.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 of us tonight. And I've got Chris's favorite shirt on, the podcast shirt. Don't bury me in this shirt. All right, you guys, what is the date? Where are we? Are we ready to go, Chris? You got good sound?
Chris, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I got me on mute because there's a lot of commotion here.
All right, okay, thanks.
All right, give me a countdown.
Okay, everybody up here. 3, 2.
This is the What's Neat This Week podcast, number 27, February 24th, 2018, broadcasting and recording live from the bluff of the Mississippi River in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. That's flyover country to all the other folks out there. And tonight we've got a lot of special guests. First of all, I've got Chris Palomarez and Jason Quinn on the TV screen here. We've got Michael Budde with us this evening, Daniel Coombs. I've got Dirk Reynolds on camera number 1, and look at them pointing cameras at each other. Thomas Heil on camera number 2. Thanks, guys, for working with us this evening. Now, we've got something really exciting, never to disappoint you, but we always have the latest news on what's new in the hobby. And today I'm going to let Chris talk about this awesome new announcement from Athearn, the Southern Pacific diesel locomotive, and it looks like it's seen better days. Chris, tell us about this model.
Yeah, absolutely. This locomotive was kind of an unfortunate timing, but it turned out to be pretty fortunate. What happened on a parallel story is about 1991-92, the Union Pacific launched their Desert Victory ST40-2, and that came in Desert Storm kind of camouflage. And about the same time, the paint started peeling on the Southern Pacific 7319 in a really unfortunate way. And the way that the paint peeled started looking kind of like a Desert Storm locomotive. And the SP guys kind of affectionately called it, that's their Desert Storm. And we're really excited to bring that to HO scale into our line. So
it's a true testament to the technology that you have to be able to do that detailed of pad printing, or however you must have a lot of elves over there painting these puppies.
Yeah, it took a lot of kind of creative, since it's paint peeling, these things change as the locomotive goes day by day. So new chunks of paint come off. So there's a little bit of artist interpretation. It's just the nature of how it's done. If we make it look pretty darn close to a certain day, I think we're doing pretty well with it.
Right.
That's awesome, Chris. Now, where are you?
I'm actually over at Rob Gruber's layout in Cincinnati, Ohio. We did a live video. Come on in. This is Rob over here.
Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob. How you doing?
Howdy. How you doing? He's a DCC train. I was there earlier today, and we were kind of going through the original Challenger and a number of other new models and showing them off live on the Athearn site as well as the YouTube.
As well as our Facebook.
Yeah, so we were doing that. Just a lot of stuff going on today.
No, that's awesome. I'm going to change the subject here, but I do want to thank Athearn for being the sponsor of the show, and I also want to throw out there Jeff Otto at Oak Hill Model Railroad Track Supply. He's the gentleman that makes these beautiful templates for building prefab hand-laid track. Fantastic system, and Jeff's done very well. Thank you to all the folks that have contacted him and purchased his products. And I want to go to Mike. I know Mike wanted to talk about something he's been working on here.
It's these flat cars, these stack pack flat cars. They're low-level flats, and I'm building 10 of these in an assembly line fashion, and they're built around the weight of an AccuRail auto rack. That's the basis for it. Then I built up the frame and everything from styrene. The distinctive thing about these cars is the way the side bracing is that comes up from the floor stringers or bolsters, and the way that the draft gear is above the deck of the flat car. So these are like the lowest flat cars, and most auto racks are still built like this today. But I'm building these for my stack packs. I need 6 of them for the stack packs, and then 4 will be turned into auto racks also. So
Man,
that's
you are
what
the
I'm-
master, Mike.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll have something in paint and decals. Southern Pacific, Cotton Belt, and Trailer Train all had cars in that stack pack pool.
Somebody's going to
Man, that's
manufacture
looking
stack
great,
packs.
Mike.
Yeah, I wish some manufacturer would do these PLH 10s in HO scale.
Nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint. So anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
nudge, nudge.
so that's it.
This
Wink.
this is a good spot to launch into the March What's Neat video. It just came out a few days ago, and it broke all records for the first 24 hours in views that we had, which was around 7,000 views in the first 24 hours for the What's Neat video. I noticed that the February What's Neat video is around 52,000 views for the month, so we're scoring some pretty good numbers. Now, Jason Quinn, right here on the TV screen, is in March's video where he's going to show us how he makes coal loads for his chassis system coal cars. Jason, we love your work, brother.
Thank you.
The log mill diorama gets an update to show the update on construction of that, and that's these buildings that I've got sitting on the table. This is part of the BTS log mill structure facility, and it's a really neat kit, and I look forward to building it for the show. We also talk about the Korea brass vacuum cleaner, which is a pretty hot little model right now, and we just found out a question that's asked much on the show. Daniel, how much is the retail price on that?
$329.95.
Okay. And also the Bachmann 060 locomotive, which is a brand new ON30 locomotive they just come out with. We show the cover shot and how we shot that photograph in the March's video. We also show Chris's CA1s and CA2s from Athearn, those beautiful Challengers that are above my head that we've talked about multiple times. And I hear that we're going to have one operating with sound in it within the next 10 days.
That's going to be...
So
I have a witness here.
look forward to that. Plus, we've got some great drone footage from Stephen M. Conroy. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for providing us with the gorgeous mountainscapes that we get from California. It's just awesome. So that's the lineup for the March What's Neat video, and April's will be done in about 3 more days. And what else do we have going on here? When I was talking about the numbers on the podcast and on the What's Neat show that we had just received, one thing I do want to say is Luke Towan, our favorite Luke Towan from Australia, released a video yesterday. And in the first 8 hours, I think it was like 12 or 14,000. It was crazy. In the first 24 hours, it's past 71,000 views.
Man.
So, Luke,
Way to
hats
go.
off to you. You are
Yeah.
still the master of this
Right.
industry. But all it shows is how much more market is out there for us. So we haven't even begun to scratch the surface here on what we're trying to do here with the show. Did I talk about the Caboose website yet?
No, you didn't.
No.
Nope.
Caboose, that wonderful train store in Lakewood, Colorado, has a brand new website. It's just been released, and I've got to tell you, we looked at it tonight, and they've given us an upfront spot on it as the exclusive sponsor for the What's Neat show at Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine. Thank you very much for that. But I looked at the website, and you can purchase items right there on the website, have them shipped to your home, and there's 142,538 Model Railroad products on that website. So odds are good we could each find something that we want right now. Just locomotives alone, they've got over 12,233 locomotives in stock ready to be shipped to you. It's an absolutely amazing website. Congratulations to the
Did you
folks
say
at Caboose.
over 12,000 engines alone?
12,233 to be exact.
Oh,
Wow.
don't say that. That my bank account is not going to like that at all.
I want to also thank Thomas Heil for giving us a computer upgrade. The computer no longer stops and shutters. And
Yeah.
tell us, what in the world did you do to my computer, Thomas?
Well, we did just a little bit of an upgrade on it. We went from your old HP computer that you had, and a little bit of research, digging around, found a nice old, or not necessarily old, but used industrial server computer. Had 2 processors in it. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. Got 2 new hard drives, new video card in it. And from what I've heard, from reviews I've gotten personally here, I've heard pretty good.
It works. It doesn't hiccup. It handles all the video stuff. I am blowing through video very quickly. I thank you for the
Nice.
upgrades.
Oh,
You said
yeah.
there's
It is
two.
very
There's
nice.
2 processors in there. Huh?
There's 2 physical processors in there, so you have about 16 usable cores. And the neat thing is your video software that we're using right now actually will utilize all of those, which is pretty neat. Because I know it's kind of be hit and miss with some of those softwares, but it's neat to see something that actually utilize all the hardware in
You
there.
say there's something like 6 hard drives in that thing?
2 right now, and I have 4 more bays. We got 2. They got the 2 main hard drives of 4 terabyte storage set up on a redundant. They're in a RAID setup. So if one fails, you already have a mirrored image, and all I have to do is buy a replacement, stick it in, bada boom, bada boom. We're off and running.
Thomas, we met you through the show. We met you through Facebook.
Yeah.
And that illustrates the absolute magic that this hobby is. Not only do we get to model with friends, but the acquaintances we meet and how they help you in real life scenarios.
No kidding,
It's
man.
absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for walking into our life, Thomas.
Right.
Thank you.
So with that, Chris, I'm going to hand it over to you. Say something.
Something.
Awesome.
Oh man,
We're enjoying some trains and having some good times over here, and well, we're looking forward to getting back in the basement over there in St. Louis as soon as we can. I got a couple shows that I'm going to be actually going to Rocky Mountain Train Show next weekend, and then after that the Edison, New Jersey show. So kind of lining up for some more travel. Are you going to be coming out to Rocky Mountain, Ken?
I don't think so. That's only a few days away. I'm trying to get April's What's Neat put to bed, and I've got a lot of video that I need to edit for Caboose. I did those 26 layouts, and I need to edit that material together and get that out to them. So What's Neat is first. This podcast is second. That'll take care of all day Sunday and part of Monday upload. So, it's just a tight schedule, but it's all working out. I do know that next week or the week after, we're going to have Chris Morosco on the show. Now, Chris is a military modeler. He did this wonderful book for Kalmbach Publishing, Building Dioramas, and he's going to come and show us some of his dioramas in the next few weeks and maybe do a segment for the What's Neat show. But it's really great to learn from the military modelers because they can teach us model railroaders a lot about weathering.
Right.
They can, indeed.
So I look forward to that.
My uncle used to do that. He used to model battleships and all that other stuff, and he would make some incredible dioramas. You get the waves and stuff on there. He's kind of the one that got me into the modeling portion of this hobby, because when I was young, I had a simple 4x8 layout, and then my Uncle Fred, he was the one that was really into all the modeling portion of it. So that was really neat, because he's up to recently, he had a couple models of like the space shuttle and stuff like that in downtown and the science museum down there, which was really neat. Wow. I don't know if that's still there or not, but that's something he donated, and that was neat to have that in there.
That's cool. Now, we want to do something else. We want to talk about this turnout, this crossover that we discussed last week as being a brand new product for microengineering. Folks have asked, when will it be available? It should be out in about 30 days. And this one is, in fact, code 83. And so that's what they're starting with, is to make these number 6 turnout crossovers in code 83. I wanted to just clarify that.
Just code 83?
Yes. Okay. So, Daniel, what have you got? You got anything you want to cover tonight?
Nothing much. We'll get back to my layout. I will be making a trip to Dirk, and he'll help me out with getting some scenery. And, just going to finish it up. Like I said, and I know in past podcasts I said I was going to get it done, but school comes first, and I got my Eagle Scout that I am working on. So those two kind of come first, then I'll focus on the hobby. And also, when April comes around, I'll be able to probably show you guys a live steam club that I'm a part of out here in Kircher Park in Eureka,
nice.
Missouri.
I like that.
The 1.5-inch live steam scaled trains that you can ride on. So.
No, that's cool. All right, Jason, what's your favorite What's Neat video, or what's your favorite segment? And you can't include the ones you did.
Man, honestly, I got a quick answer for you. It was the one where you talked about how you got into industry. It was like a December one.
Oh, the history and all the photography. That's the one where I brought
December
up.
2016.
Right,
Yeah,
Mike's
yeah,
in that. I
yeah.
owe a lot of credit to Mike for my weathering skills and being a great part of my modeling life and changing my life, because he taught me how to weather. Before that, I was just photographing clean brass models from Overland, not weathered. So you changed my life, brother.
Hey, thanks. Good.
It's awesome.
I think it was 1997
Another good
you met
example
him.
of the hobby. I mean, when I met Mike, I met Mike through Bob Schleicher, and they had some photo contest on a freight car, and he entered your Rock Island.
Covered hopper.
Yes.
Yes.
And Bob Schleicher's like, I'm not going to tell you who he is. He lives in town with you, but I'm not going to tell you who he is because you got to do some more articles for me first. So after a couple more
I
articles,
tracked you down on my own, though.
it all worked out.
Yeah.
I'm glad we met you, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jason, when are you coming back to town?
I'm not really sure. maybe towards the end of April would be my guess.
Okay.
And I'll definitely be there for the RPM meet for sure.
Oh yeah, July.
I just got to kind of see what's going on. It's kind of busy season at work.
Right.
Man, I want to come over there and run some
All this
trains.
rain over here is not helping much.
Oh man, getting flood alerts on our phones while we're trying to operate is kind of fun.
What part of the country are you in?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why Jason's there. It's so close.
raining here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We rain like heck here too.
All right, guys, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Dirk, you want to launch into a couple readers' questions? Or Mike, did you have something else you wanted to say?
I get a lot of questions about the vehicles and the shrinking of the vehicles. Now, as far we hope to have John Tyson coming down here within the next month or two, and he's the shrink master, as we call him.
He makes some magnificent models. I see him
Right.
on Facebook. What, he made like a 69
He's amazing.
something?
Chevy, like all those models I had last week. But
When's
that's
he
just
coming
the
to
typical-
town?
Well, he's wanting to come down here before it gets warm because
Because he doesn't make just great cars. He also makes beautiful
I know,
structures.
he's awesome. But,
That tower that he brought over here that one day, the tower
anyway,
was gorgeous.
the
Juliet
directions for shrinking the cars are on the Smooth On website. Smooth On is the resin products that John uses, and the basic concept of it is you make your mold with the liquid rubber and you add some thinner called Novox thinner, and then as the thinner evaporates, it causes the mold to shrink as it cures.
Now, there's a website for that where
Right,
you can...
that's what I just said. Smooth On
Right,
products.
okay, and you can
Yeah.
look that up, and it shows you the shrink rate.
So-
Because
but
they
the-
use this for a lot of other stuff, don't they?
Yeah, but anyway, I'm sure it has other uses in our hobby, but that's the main thing that we're using it for is vehicles. But 70s vehicles are hard to find. There have been a few of them over the years. The fresh cherries, there's some from Bush and Praline that are appropriate from the 70s. That's one of the reasons that I chose like around 77 or 78 for my modeling era, because there's quite a few vehicles in that era that I could use in my auto racks. So I'll try and compile a list, and maybe with some input from other people. But I'll put a list up here, of what
We got a hand raised. Go ahead, Jason.
Question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Actually, it's more of a statement.
Mm-hmm.
There's a company called Burkina. I
Yes.
think, HO scale model cars.
Right.
They've got out they're calling it a Jeep Gladiator,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the Jeep Gladiator and
The pickup
like the
truck
Jeep J10.
and the Wagoneer, or
Yeah, and a Wagoneer.
right.
And those things make excellent maintenance weight trucks because right now they have them in yellow.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I got a picture when I did up in Chessie's system on a paint job, and I'll try and get it over to you.
All right.
That sounds
So-
fantastic.
But really, if you're looking for something specific, 3D printing is really what you're going to have to go to, and they require a little work. But Dutch Art Models, 87 RPM, and Mad About Cars, which is Jens Uwe Jan's
Jens Jan.
website.
I remember
Jens
him.
Jan from Germany.
Okay.
So he's got Mad About Cars on Shapeways, and then look up 87 RPM under Dutch Art Models. We'll put that on the screen. So
Sounds good.
More editing. All right, guys, you want to answer one or two questions, or do we? I haven't paid attention to time, but I'm betting that we're
Let's
up.
just answer some
We're at
questions.
20
see what we
minutes
got.
now.
All right, so we asked for questions, and sure enough, you've sent them. Fly through a couple of them here because I've got 5 pages.
No,
with
just
like
give us
3
a
or
couple.
4.
We're not going to have the time for that.
Right. As far as Jim McCann on can you do a segment on curve easements and super elevation? Yes, indeed, we did do that, and that is on a previous podcast.
Which one, guys?
Probably 5 or 6, but that was also the one with the helix discussion and the power went out.
Yeah,
Abruptly.
that's number 9. That's number 9. Okay, Dirk.
We've got a
next.
question for Chris.
That was the last one.
All right, question for Chris Palomarez.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Chris.
Palomarez.
Previous
Palomarez.
announced Athearn coming out with a HO GP39-2 MKT. What are the chances of getting this model into N-scale?
We'll consider it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Easy
We're
answer.
getting a lot of requests for N-scale. So,
Yes, I noticed that. Actually, on the video, we just debuted our N-Scale SD70, and we had some one-on-one time with it. We were test running it over at DCC Train, and Yeah, pretty impressive. It's the first time the standard cab SD70 has been produced in N scale, and we're excited to bring that to market right now. It's going to be going into stores probably the end of next month.
Now, is that the SD70 with the Spartan cab?
Yep.
Okay.
This one's from, it's Delta 9. Her name's Jennifer. You asked for questions. I got a good one. We purchased an Athearn Genesis Challenger a couple years back when we got into N scale, and it's decoder fried. We tried to contact Athearn, and no one ever got back to us. It's now out of warranty, of course, but we'd love it if you could let us know who to talk to at Athearn to get it fixed.
Athearn.com. You got to just keep
Athearn.com.
Our team will respond to you. They have a quota they got to meet. So if you didn't get a response yet, you might just want to try calling and emailing, and Alex will get in touch with you.
Fantastic answer.
We had a question about putting video as a background on your layout so the clouds would actually be moving.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. We've got green screen capabilities,
Yeah.
and now with this new computer, we're going to be able to do that. I just haven't painted a wall down here green yet. I'm trying to figure out a place in the yard to put a great big 8-foot wall outside. It's going to be painted green, so we can do outdoor. It's going to be set up very well. It's just I actually have neighbors, so I got to kind of like be a little discreet about putting up a 16-foot square green wall in my yard.
That was from Bruce Campbell.
I'll get it figured out. I'll paint the side of the house green.
Brad Hazel, Luke Towan's video.
Central Green Can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Mike.
Just that mic stand out there.
Yeah.
Luke Towan's video on underground gold mines.
What about it?
Supposed to take a look at that.
I did look at it. That's the one I just told you. It's got over 70,000 views in the first 24 hours. It's absolutely amazing, so I'm not going to build any coal mines on the What's Neat show.
How about a technical one from High Coop 333? Why do my number 4 Atlas turnouts spark or shard out when I go slow with some locals, but doesn't happen with others?
How wide are your wheels?
What about the wheelbase?
Does
Is it
he
a real
have
short
DC or
wheelbase?
DCC?
Is the wheels gauged? I don't know.
The frog could be bad.
Without actually being
I don't
there
know.
and watching a train run through it very slowly and paying
Yeah, it's hard
attention,
to-
which is what you got to do.
Yeah, and if you have a multimeter, you can check it that way. There are videos on how to do it properly too. So.
Okay.
How about one from Kai from Thailand?
Okay.
Yeah.
How's
About the
this?
slate
Okay.
tile roofs.
This
and-
is,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot of tile roofs in the hot climate here. Is there a way to make them from scratch? Also, how about making palm trees?
Luke Towan's got 2 great videos on how to make palm trees on his website. All right,
They look
Luke.
killer.
I know, Luke, you got to give us a mention in one of your videos. If you just say our name, we'll probably get another 25,000 views. Just draw a picture of us or something.
You sound desperate, man.
No, I'm having fun right now.
Well, we have
Don't get
enough
me
viewers.
started on the fact that I know Rod Stewart's going to be in St. Louis sometime around August, and I'm going to do everything in my power to try to arrange some sort of an interview to discuss model trains.
Dude, that
I
is
think it would be very fun to hang out with him.
That would.
Very much so. Z-Brails, I do want you to know that Ken is working on his reverse section on the layout. I believe you said you'd have that on your What's Neat show
Yes.
and actually show how that works.
I
Because
think that already runs. It's running.
Well,
is it
in
running
March,
now?
you briefly just say you're going to put the Digitrax AR1 module.
The AR1 module is a self-reversing module that senses the polarity changes and allows you to have a balloon loop without a short, or to have a turntable that spins around successfully and runs off without shorting. So it's a really neat thing to check out. The AR1 from Digitrax, and I'm sure other companies make other types
Yeah,
of systems.
Circuitron and
There's
PCF,
quite a few that
PSX.
they are very handy to have.
Chris, you want to say something else? Because I think we're going to stop questions and close it out. I know we're past 25.
Well, I just want to say thank you for everybody for watching, and please dislike, leave your comments down below, and tune in next week. We're going to have some more new stuff coming. Or is next week the day off?
I don't know. We could play it either way at this point. As long as I get What's Neat done, we can do it.
Okay.
And it will be done in 2 days, so I'll have it done.
I want to bet on that.
Let's get seeing you guys.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
let's
say
go
hi,
run some
Chris.
trains. This
How
is
about it?
podcast number
So long,
27, February 24th, 2018. Dirk Reynolds, Mr. Heil, Mr. Coombs, Mr. Budde, Chris Palomarez, Jason Quinn, and myself, Ken Patterson. Thanking you very much for watching. Please tell a friend about the show. Good night, guys.
Thanks.